Hi, second grade families. I'm Mrs. Ryser, your student's teacher this year. Unfortunately, we were not able to do an open house due to Department of Health restrictions. So I wanted to put together this quick little video. I will give you a tour of the classroom. I will go over some of the routines. I'll share with you our schedule and go over some of the expectations for at-home learning and what that will look like. So without further ado, let's get to it. First things first, I would love to give you a tour of the classroom. Now please note the students are actually here right now. They're upstairs at the library. So the room is a bit of a mess. And you know what, that just happens when we're learning. We're so focused on what we're doing and what we're learning that it is a bit untidy, and that's okay. Coming into Mrs. Ryser's second grade, I'm going to walk on in. I'm going to notice that I need to pull my name and put it either on hot lunch or cold lunch, depending on the day. Today, I need a lunch from the school. Okay, if I have a cold lunch, I'm gonna put my name here, and then I'm going to take my lunchbox and put it in the bin. Okay, I'm also going to walk over here, and this is where we're putting our materials. We hang our backpacks up daily so that they're not in our way. From my backpack, I pulled out my folder, which goes right here by the door. Every student should have a water bottle. I have provided some from the dollar store, which look like this. I actually am out and need to get more, but if your student has a water bottle, please send that daily. That is the best way for them to hydrate during class. Every student has a pencil box, which has everything they need. Any extra supplies are in the cupboards, and if they break their pencils, they get a new one immediately. Students also have a book box, and their book box has books, their writing journal, their math book. They also have a whiteboard, and there's a couple packets that we're working through here. Book boxes are actually typically held up at the front of the room when we're not using them. We have a very stocked full library here that students get to choose from every day. And these colored bins are our leveled library. Your student has been reading with me to determine their level, and these books are books that they can read easily and independently, but they also are allowed to choose from any of the books they like. This is our number corner wall that we do daily. It's a calendar activity that is a pattern. We are also going to begin doing analog clocks soon, and arrays, making shapes, and talking about odd, even numbers and area. For technology, currently we are just sticking to this television that we have here. This projects my document camera, which is over there, but it also projects whatever I have on my computer screen, which really helps us with our learning and teaching of the materials. As the school year progresses, we will begin to use more technology, including our Chromebooks, and we have 6 iPads that the kids can utilize. This is my cleaning command center. This is where all of the cleaning supplies have landed. So far, we have already worked through an entire one of these. So thank you so much for sending those with your students and helping us keep our classroom clean. We also have a calm down corner. Currently it has a few suggestions for how students can calm their bodies when they're feeling overwhelmed. There's a place for them to lay some building blocks and some sensory tools. So far we have not needed the calm down corner, nor have we utilized it yet, but it is here in case that we will need it. All right, now that you've gotten to see a bit of the classroom, I wanted to show you some important information you'll need to know. The first thing I will show you is our daily schedule. You may notice that every day is a little bit different, especially between recess and the 2 recesses that we have. So Every day we get breakfast and number corner, which is our math activity and calendar. I don't start number corner until 9 or 9:05. And I do it while they're eating. I give them a little extra time to finish eating their breakfast. And that's because it's something I can teach here and they can converse with me from their seats. Every day we do a morning meeting, which is through a social emotional learning curriculum that is wonderful. And every day we do math from 9:45 to 10:40. They do have a very early recess and lunch. They go to recess first and then lunch at 11. And while that is very early, they are doing wonderful with it. In the afternoons, we have some reading assistants. That's LAP, Learning Assistance Program. There are some wonderful reading teachers who come down and pull some of our kiddos to read with them and get a little extra help with reading. And if your child is chosen for that program, they will notify you. They are really wonderful. Every day, we have a reading block and a writing block. I do read alouds, the kids read, and then we write about whatever our unit is. We are just about to start poetry. We will also do personal narratives, bug research, stories about animals, and in the end, we will do communities and jobs. So we do that every day. It's just in a different spot every day. Mondays and Fridays, we have Miss Olson who comes and does a writing lesson with the kiddos. Mondays, we have music. Wednesdays, we have music. We have PE on Tuesday and library on Thursday and Friday. The beautiful thing about having library both days is that if they forget their books Thursday, they can bring them Friday. A couple things you'll notice is I am doing a handwriting program with them to help perfect their handwriting. And I also am allowing scheduling time for free choice and structured play 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And when I got my master's degree last year, my research project was about the importance of play, especially in kids under the age of 8. And I've learned that it is just absolutely essential for these kids to learn through play. So I put out stations every day that have a purpose behind them, but the kids love them. And they're playing, they're learning through them. And if you'd like to know more, please reach out and I will tell you much more about it. I try to work in about 30 minutes of it in those periods. So I'm really excited to have the opportunity to let them do that 3 times a week. And they really enjoy it. So we also have a second recess every day from 2 to 2:40. And then science or social studies. We do social studies, then a science unit, then another science unit, then social studies again throughout the year. And we do that 3 days a week at the end of the day. We have dismissal at 3:35. I wrote 3:30 here just to try to get them out to the bus on time. And then on Wednesdays, every week, we get out at 2:35. Hey families, so one thing I forgot to mention when I originally filmed the video was that with the long amount of time between lunch and home, we actually are in need of snacks. Now we have snack at that second recess, and some of you have done an amazing job of sending a snack daily with your student, and some of you have donated snacks for the entire class, which is just absolutely incredible. So if it is at all possible for you to send a snack with your child, please do so. Or if you are able to donate a box of pre-packaged snacks, such as goldfish packets, fruit snacks, nut-free granola bars, those kinds of things, that would be absolutely wonderful and super helpful for that time. Okay, so next, I have had a lot of questions about homework. Homework will start very soon. I will send home a page that looks like this that says what every day's activities will be. Reading 30 minutes a day will be an everyday activity. Math. There are sometimes math sheets that go along with lessons. I will make those copies and attach them to this sheet and send them home. Now, I am not going to require that your child does this. It is good practice for them to practice at home. However, if it is causing them to be overtired, if it is causing fighting between you and your child, like if they just don't want to do it, it is miserable for both of you. If there are reasons why it is hard for you to do this, please feel free to let me know, and we can either find another way to do it or we can just excuse that homework. Because homework is just extra practice. It is not something they have to do for a grade. Reading, I do think that they need to do every day, but let's be in communication about that. Reading, our reading program comes with a log sheet that looks like this. STEP is very confusing to a lot of families. It's essentially, they get a step every time they read a book. If you want to leave that blank, feel free to leave that blank. Just give me the student's name, the month here, put a date, how many pages they read. Don't worry about level. Coach's signature is you. The family members are the coaches. Okay. And unfortunately, we do have to have a plan if your child has to quarantine, whether they are sick, whether they have been exposed, if they have to stay home for a period of time. We do have some packets that we can send home. I have Seesaw set up, and it can get you the codes, but the easiest thing for families and for myself is this website here, and it is linked in my signature in my email. I will also send it to you if your child has to quarantine. If you are home due to illness or quarantine, please utilize these resources. Try to read 30 minutes a day and choose one math activity every day and one writing. Once or twice a week, you can try to do Mystery Science or Go Noodle for movement or Art Hub for kids for art activities. So here's your math choice board. It has some different websites that you can go to. If you click here, there are some games. It's my understanding the games aren't quite working, but I will get that fixed. Writing, I have prompts. If you click this arrow, it gets bigger. Your child can choose one prompt. For example, the most important thing I learned in kindergarten. They can write about that on any piece of paper at all. If I lived in Candyland, if I was in charge of the weather, there's all kinds of great ideas. They're also in Spanish. Next, read for 30 minutes. I connected a timer. I will get you the EPIC code. EPIC is a website that you can use to use books during school hours, and I will be sending that out with this video. EPIC actually looks like this. You can search by title, and there are so many books. Any books that have a green label at the bottom will read to your child. There are comics. There are books that read to them. There are videos, so just be careful because they will slip into the videos and just hang out there. Audiobooks are an awesome option. There are also reading levels here, which we don't typically go through the AR levels, but if you are curious what level your child is at, I will let you know so they can pick a good book on here. So reading for 30 minutes, you can do that on EPIC or with any books you have at home. And then finally, there is Art Hub for Kids, which is a YouTube channel that does drawing activities with kids. There's Mystery Science. This one allows you to choose any of the videos. You just need to click on I am a student. This link takes you to the lesson of the week. There's a new one every week. And then Go Noodle is movement activities. If your child is at home with you, please try to do 1 or 2 of these a week. Okay. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of me here. This was just my option for having an easy access thing for your kids to do if they do have to stay out of school for a while. Well, thank you for taking the time to look at our open house. I know I had to talk pretty quick to make this a manageable video, so hopefully it was helpful and not overwhelming. If you need anything, have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Email is a great way to reach me. I can check that when I have a free moment. We do have a pretty busy schedule, so I try to get to it throughout the day. Phone call is fine. You can call the school. They'll put you through, and I will answer if I am able to. But the very best way to get a hold of me is through Remind, which is this app here. It allows me to get messages from you on my phone. So if I'm upstairs with the students in the library, I can get it. Or if I'm on lunch, I can get it. I typically will not look at it over the weekend or once I've gone home for the night. But anytime that I am here in the building, I am checking that. So if you have yet to join, please do so. That's the best way to reach me. Again, please contact me if you need anything, and I'm so thrilled to be working with your kids.